one. Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Philadelphia Rebels Coaches Corner. But we're going to change things up this time. Since you had Coombsy out in Michigan, we're going to give Tom Peffel a day off, and we're going to talk to the goaltender. So, goaltender's corner this time around. So, we figured we'd bring on Ryan Keane and Eli Billing. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
All right, we'll start off with questions for both of you. Rebels have had a great tradition of goaltending here for the last few years. Guys who have all moved on to bigger and better things. Now, when you guys joined the team, was that something that was told to you? You guys were aware of, knowing that, okay, the Rebels always have great goaltending. The fact that they've chosen me, that's a cool thing. We'll start with you.
Yeah, I think before the season started, Coombsy kind of had a talk with us and told us about the goalies he had in the past and what he expected from them and what he would expect from us, obviously. And it was obviously good to see all the goalies move on and play at a higher level after playing here. And yeah, it's just a great organization to come through and to advance your hockey career after.
Yeah, exactly. Like when the team drafted me, Coombsy just made a point that all the goalies in the past had really high compete levels, and that's kind of what got them their scholarships and why they've had success. So me and him are just trying to do that.
One thing that is interesting about the situation in junior hockey is we got to get both of you guys playing time, but it's all about winning as well. So there's the competition aspect, but you guys are the only two goaltenders on the team. So how do you guys mix that blend of competition and rivalry?
I mean, I wouldn't really call it a rivalry. I think we just push each other to be the best we can every night, every time one of us is in the net, and we want each other to be successful each time we play. And in the end, we just want to win, and we want our team to win, and we want to go all the way. So, yeah.
Right, and it helps when you're really good friends with your goalie partner. Eli's one of my best friends on the team. We're really good guys. We live in the same billet house together, so we've gotten to kind of build that relationship, and that helps with supporting each other. When one's hot, we got to support him. The others, he supports me. So it's been good so far.
All right, we'll focus on Eli right now from Ontario. Played midget for the Windsor Junior Spitfires. During that time, you were drafted by the OHL Spitfires. Was there any consideration playing at the major junior level, or didn't you have how that worked out?
Yeah, I think growing up in Canada, a lot of the focus is kind of pushing CHL on you and OHL, going that route instead of the college route. So I think when I was younger, I always kind of wanted to play in the OHL for the Spitfires, and my dad was actually a goalie coach for the Spitfires for a couple of years, and so I grew up watching them, and to get drafted with them was pretty cool. And then as I got older, I think I started to develop a little later, and realized that I want to play college hockey in the States. So yeah, that's where I got there.
So you spent 3 years at the Canadian Junior B level with the South Vipers, the Greater Ontario League. Two-time All-Star. Did you feel those 3 years was a nice transition going from the midget level to now moving on here to the NA?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the GOJHL is a really good league. It doesn't get as much credit as it should. I think it's kind of similar to the NHL. I think this league gets a lot more exposure, and it's a faster paced league, and guys are a little bit more skilled. And but yeah, it was good to kind of start my junior career there, and I'm happy to end it here.
So far this year, 13-6-1 record, 2.39 goals against, 904 save percentage. First foray into American junior hockey. The transition, talk about the transition going from Canadian juniors to playing here in the States and pretty far away from home.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first year playing junior away from home, so that's a little bit of an adjustment. But I mean, it's been great so far. The Rebels are an unbelievable organization, and it's been a pretty easy transition. I think it took a little bit maybe to get used to a little bit of a different playing style. A little more aggressive and tenacious, I guess, but I think I've adjusted, and yeah.
So looking back on last weekend, you were between the pipes for Friday's game, a 4-2 loss to the Titans here in the bunker. It was 21 save effort. Almost came back from a 3-0 deficit. Now, when you get to that point, you're down 3-0. You let 3 behind you relatively early. Do you just sit there in that crease, go, all right, no more, that's it? You tell you guys, all right, that's enough. Now it's up to you to come back.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think the weekend before that, we were down 3-0 in Jersey, and we ended up coming back and actually winning the game in overtime 4-3. So yeah, I was kind of thinking that. I mean, there's no reason we couldn't do it again, and we almost did. So I just tried to lock it down and make sure nothing else went past me.
Well, so far it's been a fantastic season, and congratulations on that. As we move on to Ryan Keane from Coppell, Texas, so just the other side of the continent. Played your U16 and U18 years with the Dallas Stars Elite program. Then last year with the Omaha Lancers of the USHL. Now in your first year in the NAHL, going from the youth levels to the junior levels, I've always find it very intriguing, moving away from home and all that fun stuff. How did you find that experience going from playing locally in Texas and then moving on to Omaha now here in Philadelphia?
Well, locally, obviously, midget hockey is, a slower pace. Junior hockey, that's probably the biggest thing for me from moving on to midget to junior was the pace of the game. When team's on the rush, you got to get out and get set quicker to be ready for it, because shots can come at any time, and the shots just get harder and harder as you move on in hockey, and you got to be ready because they'll beat you.
Now that's something going from the U18 to the USHL. Your first shot in the practice, does it kind of startle you, or do you kind of prepare yourself?
Yeah. First couple junior practices, flinching at a couple pucks. But, you definitely adjust to it the more you play. So you can't be scared of the puck if you want to be a goalie.
Oh, absolutely not. You got to be a little bit nuts too.
For sure.
18-5 in .2 record so far this year. 1.88 goals again, which is fourth in the league, and a .926 save percentage. So after your time in the USHL last year, does it seem like your career's kind of on the boost here in Philadelphia?
Yeah. Last year in Omaha, it was a hard year for me. I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to. We didn't make the playoffs. It was a tough year. So I thought, coming to this team, I want a fresh start, and I knew that this team has a good winning culture. So it's great to be winning games and have a chance to go all the way.
So Saturday was your first start in a while, and then you get yourself a shutout, 4-0, and it seems like the team made it a little easy for you. Only 15 saves. That was a pretty easy time there for you.
Actually, that was Billy in the net. So.
Oh, wait a second, I got confused. Okay, I'm sorry. It was always was you winning that?
Yeah.
Okay, I did my research poorly.
That's in a great game though.
Yeah, obviously so. That's 15 saves in that one. I mean, that must have made it a little easy for you in that one.
Yeah, I didn't see too much action, but the boys have been playing really well and making our job as easy as they can. I think they're trying to keep everything to the outside and clearing away all our rebounds, so it makes our life a lot easier.
Well, both of you, 2 more games up in New Jersey. Now, going forward, you're sick of seeing those guys just a little bit. I mean, not personally, of course, but just like, all right, does it really matter what jersey's coming at you?
I'm sick of them. I mean, we don't like them, they don't like us, but
that's fun though.
It's really fun. It's really fun, but it's tough sometimes when you're playing the same team over and over and over. But it creates a lot of hype for the playoffs. So it's gonna be interesting going forward.
Well, best of luck this weekend, and guys, thanks for taking the time. As I mentioned, coming up Friday and Saturday, 2 games in New Jersey. So make sure you check it out on Hockey TV. And by the way, I'm heading up on Friday and possibly Saturday, depending on other things. So if you happen to see the away link and you want to hear my call, just click on the away link for those 2 games. It's coming up Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. We want to take the time to thank our sponsors for this coaches show, the Cafe Ida. Make sure you check them out. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Located at 1732 West Passaic Avenue. Call 215-218-0100. Meals made to order and party trays are available. CRR Construction, if you can dream it, they can build it. Call 267-718-1604 for a free estimate. And if you're taking a trip, why not Greyhound? Go to greyhound.com for more information. So that will just about do it for us, guys. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for joining us for a special goalie edition of the Coaches Show, and we'll see you real soon.